Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Juwan next to Don.
Seven my STEEZ. No, going on, yes, Lord.
Goddamn. Post-game review of Collingwood Magpies versus Sydney Swans.
At the MCG.
At the MCG at that. What you got to say about this one?
Coming into the game, thoroughly impressed with Sydney. Have high expectations for Sydney. Obviously, we thought pretty much we wanted to see how Collingwood would bounce back after last week. And it really brought more of the same this week, which was very surprising. Didn't expect Collingwood to come out sloppy, which they did. First quarter, the score was still tight, but it you could tell Sydney was really getting a lot more of the footy, was a lot more clean with the ball, and this really just expands through the whole game, honestly. Just the class with the ball was not there for Collingwood. It was uncharacteristic, like just unforced turnovers all over the place. It was just really bad to watch. It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't good to watch from Collingwood. Don't see them play like that at all.
Just to interject real quick.
Go ahead.
Collingwood. All right, so for me coming into this, I know you look on Sydney a lot higher than I do, but they definitely gained a lot of respect from me this weekend and last week. Pies, I expected a lot more from them. I don't know if it's just coming off the premiership that they just are complacent or what, but it's like these boys ain't getting it done, and I think for me, Collingwood's style of play is the chaotic style of play. They just kind of beat you to the ball, get their springes is kind of where they excel at, and just being clean out of spillages and making a play off that. And Sydney just did that better than them this game.
A lot better.
Yeah, Sydney's just another young team that can do that with them. So it's like, I think when Pies get be at their own game, they don't have a plan B. When Sydney, on the other hand, has other options they can go to. Even this game, missing three of their key players in Colin Mills, Lee Parker, and Adams. What was their first name? Taylor Adams. They still look great. They didn't look like they was missing anybody. And so for them, whenever they come back, I can only see Sydney getting even better. They're gonna have problems deciding who to even put in the midfield from what I'm seeing. Like Isaac Heaney in the midfield is great. His play has been superb these last few games. I'm not gonna say it could be Brownlow, but that boy been looking good out there.
Yeah. Pretty much what you were saying, bro. Just the pressure that Sydney was bringing, it was something that Collingwood, I think, wasn't really able to handle. And it just shows with the stats, just in the stats. James Rowbottom had 13 tackles on the night. So and he was just consistently bringing. He had a nice chase down tackle too that was very memorable. I would like to think inside the game. But you like to highlight Heaney, and he has been having a great last couple games as well. But not to be forgotten either is Chad Warner. I think both of them just had great midfield games, and hopefully they don't take Brownlow votes away from each other the way that Oliver and Heaney do. But if they keep up this level of play, they're just definitely showing that they're one of the better midfield in the competition. And at times they made job easy for like Nick Blakey and Golden. They didn't even have to have Golden had acquired 30 touches out, but I think they were the two standout midfielders where those two, Golden got to sit back and have a more quiet game and didn't have to do as much. And Collingwood's forwards, I think this whole game were non-existent, obviously just from getting smashed in the midfield and not having as many opportunities. Collingwood had less possession, so obviously Sydney had more possession, but they had a daunting more amount of tackles than they did. So that shows you just the level of intensity and how locked in Sydney was this game. And yeah, it was just, at the end of the day, it was just not pretty. And one more player I like to highlight from Sydney was Logan McDonald. He had 4 goals. And he was looking like he might be making a leap this year as one of the key forwards that they see the potential, and I think he's starting to fulfill it a little bit. So just overall, very impressed by Sydney. And if they can keep up this level of play, there's somebody to be worried about. Top 4, top 2, I don't know.
Well, you did predict top 2, so I am starting to see that a little bit. I think it's rare. I can't even say it's rare. I think it's just surprising how these are two teams that are definitely, I think a lot of people see at the top of the ladder in terms of just good teams on paper, off paper. I mean, Collingwood's reigning premier. Sydney's been to the finals, made it pretty deep in the finals last 2 years. So I think for them to just win so convincingly speaks a lot on Sydney.
It was on their terms the whole time.
Yeah, for sure. Collingwood never looked like they was in the game for real. Like they was always fighting from behind, and Sydney just ran away with it. So this has me real excited for Sydney's future. I am excited to see them play better competition. It's still very early in the season, obviously round one, but it's like, is Collingwood falling off or is Sydney that great? And I mean, we won't know for a few more weeks, but I definitely got my eyes on the Bloods the rest of the year of these past two performances.
Me as well. I don't think I really have any much more to add to the game other than Nick Dacos had a great game on the losing side, but it was just domination, bro. I don't think Collingwood didn't make enough trips to go inside 50, and then they didn't even do anything with it a lot of times. Matter of fact, they won the clearances, bro, and didn't win the game, didn't score more. So.
And there was no player on Collingwood that really just stood out to me, just based off of eye test, not looking at stats and numbers, but just watching the game. There was no player that was like, all right, he's gonna take over the game or do anything like that. It was just like they were always just scrambling to make something happen, and just never did.
I think very early on, like Bobby Hill made it seem like he was about to have a bigger impact on the game. It did get scary a couple times whenever he had the ball.
Yeah.
But there's no type of consistency throughout the game from a lot of the Pies, to be honest with you.
For sure.
Yeah, weird ass name.
But yeah, I mean, that's really about it. I can't even say this game was really that entertaining. It was really just an ass whoop. It was for the first quarter, you kind of knew where it was going. Maybe, at least I was thinking, okay, third quarter, Collingwood was going to make their miraculous comeback like they be doing, but
some type of run.
Yeah, wow. It just never happened, and Sydney ran away with it. That's just what it is. Other than that, man, y'all like, comment, subscribe. A lot of games tomorrow. Tune in for that. Till next time.
Next time. Nigga.